I thought about a lot of things. Like where I was, what I got myself into. I started to feel lightheaded, and then sleepy.
That's because you're dying.
I think I had a dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore.
Seriously, you're dying. If anyone describes that to me in real life, I would think they were dying and they just managed to survive somehow.
Anybody there? Oren! Hey!
I see a thing right off the bat. Let's see if I can get that. Is it an red bed primer thing? What is that? It is something. It's Albedian speak. Macalania. Be a name that'll come up again at some point.
What do we have here? Nope, can't read it.
So here's a question. Why can Titus even read that much? Introduction me. I'm not even about it. No. But the fact that he understands even that little amount and knows nothing about the Outbad makes no sense. And I realize that this is a game thing, but no, it doesn't make any sense. I probably should explore more to see if there's any kind of like early game treasures that they give you for a little bonus. But I'm straight shooting this a bit. Actually, don't remember if I 100% of this game at the. I know 100% of Final Fantasy X2 on PS2, which yes, that was a nightmare that I had to go through the guide with many times over to try to get it right. But save. But eventually I did get it. Final Fantasy X, I'm not sure. And in case anyone's wondering, Final Fantasy X, I do love it, but because of the gameplay, and because of how much I just I guess it's ironically love the other one, I like the sequel more. I guess part of that is just how much I don't really like this game's story and how it's told, or at least who it's told through. It's the same problem that Final Fantasy XII has. If the story was told through anyone else but Vaughn, it would get a lot more love. Damn the gameplay and what people think about it. That story needs to be told through someone else and not them. Should have been anyway. Whereas Final Fantasy X-2's story is so stupid that I don't love it. And here we have some Murlocs. Yeah, straight up Murlocs. suddenly. So how does that thing eat? Like, it's just got no organs. It's just limbs and fish parts. What's going on? He ain't gonna do shit to this boss, man. Oh, he gonna kill him. That half damage. Hold up. Am I gonna go to 57? Or cage fish? My game sense sees this thing and keeps thinking just throw a grenade in its mouth and it'll just die on that first try. Throw a bomb or something in its mouth. Oh my. Cool. It's a cool scene that has no tension. Like, anyone who thinks the Titus is gonna get swallowed there is kind of silly.
I had made it out of the frying pan and into the freezer. I thought I was gonna die in this place.
Oh, gee, hold on. So this is your narrating voice telling me that you thought this was gonna happen, but okay. I just know I'm gonna live for this now. Fish to popsicles booms. Fish tapas goes boom. Yeah. Listen to those footsteps. That doesn't sound great. Yeah, 10 out of 10 fine dialogue. Hey, okay. I gotta remember, this is a PS2 game where your movement isn't as perceived. And by that I mean, all the time, you're subject to being stuck among things on the floor. Little polygon rocks will block you from all your movement. In a lot of PS2 games.
Cold. Need fire.
Flip tinder? Start another fire. Well, I guess that means we gotta find some tinted flender. I didn't think this was a survival game, but it's a survival game. Once again, though, this music's fantastic. That was Flint. Those green, round, orangish rocks. They were Flint. Flint that you found. Oh, let me go back in there just to make sure I'm right. Yes, in a hexagonal table that's crushed under some rocks, and yet not broken. It's all come together. This is just how my brain works. I'm sorry if it bothers anyone. That's fine. You there? Some wood. Okay. Ooh. We'll see how scarce I get with potions in yet another RPG, because it's not everyone ever does in RPGs is end up being as scarce as I guess I'm saying it right, as possible with their healing items for no good reason. So I imagine that was the tip. Oh wait, isn't there something else I have to get? Maybe there's something else I have to get. Is it this? No, it's the other one. I did go through all of them. Okay, I did. So yeah, I got all the stuff now. That bonfire had some gunpowder on it, man. I think you could have just kicked it and it would have burst into flames. Green Sleeves playing in the background. I don't know Green Sleeves. Have to link me it later. And let's just lay down on the most likely still wet floor and enjoy the fire only at my toes and
I need food.
yeah.
What do you want?
It was a bad call. Your team lost because of you.
You came to say that?
It's been 10 years. I thought you'd be crying.
Who, me?
You cried.
And that's 2 on the counter of people bringing up to Titus that he cries. Seriously, it's like everyone in the game just goes, "You're a crybaby, you're a crybaby," and it's like if there was a montage of how much people tell him not to cry, or if he is crying, he'd probably end up crying, no matter who you were.
Hey, wait! Don't go out on me! Just hold on. I'll get more wood. Give me a break!
I just love that this thing with a heart for a rectum decided to circle the entire dome as an entry. Like, it knows that it's a badass and just said, I'm gonna just do a lap around this thing and then jump down and be like, ha 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 ha, you're dead. And yes, I did look at that detail. So far, this is very Final Fantasy 13, in which I am just pressing X over and over. Or in this case, A over and over to attack. The Gimp Patrol is here. I want to know who modeled Riku. I shouldn't say her name yet. I want to know who modeled this girl. Just for how she looks. Stay away. Hey, Joey. It's good to see you pop up.
You on my side? Cool!
I want to just take a moment to just look at this scene, in which we're at a cave, in the ruins of some kind of dome, coliseum, flooded with water, where we had to try to start a fire, where we have this creature with swords for hands and a heart-shaped rectum, in which we've just now been assisted or being assisted by a girl who is a gimp with her crew. So we can use some grenades on this thing. Actually, I don't think I have to hit myself on this one. We can just keep going with that. Use another one. Or steal. Steal's better. I did have to use it on myself. No, Titus should just dead. I'm just gonna do that. Sure, use the other one. All the nades. Dead. Or is not. Not Titus is just dead. Think I'm gonna care? No, he's fine. He's fine. Don't worry. And there's ass shot number 1. Thank you, Spoonie. Thank you, Joey.
Phew. That was close.
I love that he's surprised when she took off the mask, like, oh, she's human! Oh, okay.
Let me go!
Or he's thinking, oh, she's cute face.
Fin, Irisa, Tekiaka! Wak, Edeku! Kemed?
Fed! Trivita Grisa!
Dralmia, Drakisha Dale.
Ifun Petit, Fapuneket Fedrik! Kuno.
It's because you've played it long enough, Joey. And just considering how they looked in their bondage gear, in their very colorful bondage gear with the assless chaps but having underwear on, I'd presume that you'd wake up in chains after that experience. But you don't. Also, anyone that shits on the owl bed talk of sounding fake, just stop. It sounds fine.
Hey, that hurts!
Musujek, Rain?
Whoa. Okay.
But yeah, I've heard this enough to actually kind of know what's being said, but that's more just how many times I've played these games.
Canis!
Right, whatever.
Tuli Hood Kabeg?
I said I don't understand.
Akumala!
Fed! He said you can stay if you make yourself useful.
You understand me? All right, I'll work.
I just want to take this moment to realize that, like, once again, this is brother. Rico's brother? I'm not sure if they actually acknowledged that as the actual blood-related brother. I should give him credit for building language. So in case you didn't know, Joey, because I ended up kind of really learning the Albed language, per se, in which it's kind of a decode. Essentially, they switched vowel letters, and they switched consonant letters. And they did it in a way that it still could be pronounced, but it came out pretty Russian. So there are plenty of websites that like show you like the full table chart of like what it's how it's decoded. So I can imagine how long it took to make sure that it sounded right, and you don't end up running up with essentially a lot of words that had letters that couldn't be pronounced against each other. So like you would end up with a word like, so it's like just certain words that you would come up with that you would get like a RZT or something like that, like something that you just could not collect together. It would be unpronounceable for English language, or at least you would have to pronounce it in such a way that it sounds like a different language. Like you would have to use the letter in it to sound like what they essentially make it pronounced as, which is Russian. Thank you for the potions.
Oh, almost forgot.
Spirit Grid time. Yeah, I give them credit for it too. Like they had to put some work in for it in it, and I still don't like the fact that from start of the game you even know any letters at all of alphabet. You should have to learn it all from the start, and like Riku can on this boat teach you some of it, and then what happens in the story happens, and you have to learn the rest through the game. But otherwise, I don't like how Titus knows even a little bit of it, because he shouldn't. So I'll ask you, Joey, what do you think of the Spirit Grid system? I already know all this, so I should just, spam X through it. I should turn myself up for this one. And Joey, I have to show you what happened earlier, because Venom Kokiri asked me when the Final Fantasy 13 stream would happen, in which right now my copy of Final Fantasy 13 is in the trash can. So that happened. I was pain in the ass complete Spirit. Yes, it is. I hated every moment of having to complete the full thing because I was so persistent about completing it. Based on like the last run that I did on my PS2, I did do that. Never actually done it. I got a guide and went through. And then the game pulls out and says, look how big it is.
Giant! Kadufun et setedamo!
Oh yeah, and to think that brother, this guy with the mohawk and the flame tattoos, the overalls, and the weird goggles, gets transformed from this somewhat serious, not exactly threatening, but intimidating enough person into what he is in 13-2. What a shame. By the way, I'm a persistent saver. Like anything that happens, I'll save again. There's something over here. Give me that. There's an bit primer. So Y turns into A. Whenever I get it back around. So yeah. Which my Steam achievements don't pop up on the stream. I don't care to have that happen anyway.
We found some ancient ruins right beneath us. It's not active now, but there should still be some power left.
How do you not look at her
We're
tits?
gonna go down there and activate it. And then we should be able to salvage the big prize.
Mm-hmm.
They're outlined in
Okay,
green.
let's get
Look
to
at them.
work.
Roger.
You just stare at them. I do it. I don't care. I will say this. Titus is interesting in that, in the sense that he is the protagonist of the game. He's stupid. He's a stupid character. Yes, exactly. That's what I meant. In the entire story of the game, he is just going with the flow. He does not, in any point, just go, no, we're not doing this. He just goes with whatever is happening, which gives you, the player, the adventure of the game. But for the story of the game and how it all plays out, makes Titus the stupidest character ever. Alright, right. I should have. Threw a grenade. Still. Doesn't matter. Steal as many grenades as you can in the start of this. Fish out of water. Yeah. The problem is, him being fish out of water is the entire game. But yeah. Once again, persistent saber. Let me save. And just... That doesn't count as another ass shot, officially, but that's an ass shot. Stupid machine. Work, stupid machine. Oh yeah, let me turn myself off. Bye. No more me. Technology of the past future. Just bang the computer and it works again. Exactly. Yeah. Alright, let's get some grenades. There's only one other thing that I kind of don't like about the game, and that's these camera angles. And by that I mean, it's kind of random where they decide to put it, but in this kind of situation, can you even tell that it's 2 clusters of 3? Not really. The only way you can tell is when you go to attack, you see monster A, monster B, so you have to presume they're in clusters of some sort. If at no point did you decide to look at the menu over there showing you what is being attacked, you have trouble tracking what is where. And because as you kill each minion or each enemy, the letters change, keeping track of what you did to what can also become troublesome. So that's something that I've had a problem with. So if I wanted to use a grenade, using it on A now would be useless. I think it's an instant kill. You want to use it on B. I already stole. Let's use it. It attacks both, thankfully. And it's overkill. I can wait for the point that, just bang it! Just bang it, bang it, Titus! Just, it worked faster. Technology. It's like Patrick with a computer.